The choice of media can drastically influence the effectiveness of the marketing strategy. Therefore, the target audience's behaviors, preferences, and media usage need to be taken into consideration during this decision-making process. Based on the relevance in the commercial marketing sector, this intervention will use a combination of both traditional and new media channels to deliver the intended message. The expectant parents, aged between 25 and 30, as seen in the chart below, are mostly digital natives, meaning they were born into the digital world and are therefore highly active, tech-savvy, and up-to-date with new media trends. Furthermore, according to the age bracket of expectant Queenslander parents, this target audience can be defined as spectators to joiners. Many passively browse the web to read blogs and reviews, or actively maintain a profile on social networking sites. Taking these aspects into consideration, the booklet will be presented in form of adverts on social media sites for most effective and broad reach. However, as some parents exceed the age bracket and therefore are not as actively engaged in social media, traditional marketing will also take place. The booklet will be handy at health practitioners' facilities in print form and distributed to GPs to hand out to their clients. By using both ends of the marketing strategy, social media and traditional marketing, a greater percentage of the target audience will be reached. The promotion strategy aims at delivering the intended message to the target audience, specifically at young mothers, and is positioned to promote a new behavior. Through print advertising, the importance of immunization will be conveyed to the target audience by highlighting its benefits and reducing feelings of doubt and perceptions of risk. Furthermore, booklets will be handed out by general practitioners to the public. The GP will act as a person of authority, and the trusting relationship expectant mothers have with their doctor will increase positive attitudes toward immunization, which in turn will result in a higher chance of behavioral change. Moreover, social media marketing will be taken advantage of on platforms such as Facebook and Instagram to increase exposure and frequency levels. This will also allow for greater chance of behavioral change and overall awareness growth.
The creative strategy and media planning outlines how and where the product will be advertised. In order to generate success, the message must be distributed creatively and strategically. Print media will be distributed to all GPs, gynecologists, and maternity groups to ensure it is reaching young or expecting mothers who make multiple visits during their pregnancy. The use of illustrations, bright colours, and strong statistics will be used to catch attention and deliver a strong message. This distribution was chosen specifically for the target audience, as expecting mothers will need to access their doctor during pregnancy. The booklet will also be distributed on social media, including Facebook and Instagram, to ensure it is reaching mothers who rely on information from those networks. The advancement in technology, especially on social media, offers an opportunity to modify health behaviours. A study to evaluate the effectiveness of web-based interventions in increasing patient empowerment compared with usual care or face-to-face interventions found significant positive effects on empowerment as measured on self-efficacy scales. This outlines the importance of the role of social media in providing trusted information. This social media page will also help provide information in the evaluation stage with feedback, comments, and reactions, as well as being a marketing tool for new visitors. The evaluation of the success of an intervention can be determined through multiple follow-up procedures. As you can see in the table, there are 6 different stages during the intervention which will be evaluated at different times and recorded into the database. The evaluation will begin after the first 4 months of the intervention to ensure the intervention has had enough time to be distributed through traditional media. Baseline data will be recorded prior and post-evaluation to determine if the intervention has been successful. The use of surveys will also be important to identify quantitative and qualitative data. Surveys will be used for a target audience towards the end of the intervention to determine if there has been a behavioural change. The survey will be distributed to antenatal classes, mothers groups, childcare centres and local health organisations. The data will then be entered into a database with verifiable figures to track the results throughout the intervention and into the future. The results gathered from the evaluation can be used to develop further communications. Barriers which may prevent participants include privacy issues and follow-ups from patients. These barriers will be overcome by notifying participants of complete confidentiality and the option to remain anonymous. Health professionals will be encouraged to hand out surveys to mothers to ensure distribution is successful. Health professionals will also be surveyed to gauge an indication if they have noticed high immunisation response and rates. This survey is essential as it will provide a quick and accurate indication and removes the barriers of privacy or follow-ups. Media tracking will also take place by tracking all posts, positive and negative, as well as click-through rates on social media. These evaluation methods will determine the success or failure of the proposed intervention. For any intervention, ethical considerations must be considered to avoid conflict of interest, confidentiality, or unethical behaviour. Fear appeals, issues in targeting, and cross-cultural issues are aspects which must be investigated. In relation to fear appeals, stress and anxiety are important considerations. Targeting issues are at parents who are made to feel it is their responsibility to immunise their child. Ethical issues such as this may not be represented in the same approach in other cultures. Some cultures may be more resistant or non-responsive to messages delivered. It is vital that confidentiality, non-discrimination, and religion are considered with immunisation, as it can be a very sensitive issue. Unintended consequences are outcomes that are not the ones foreseen and intended by a purposeful action. These may consist of ignorance, people may choose to ignore the message, interest, mothers not interested in immunisation or the benefits, or lobby groups, pretending that the information is to brainwash parents. To combat these barriers, real evidence and statistics supported by the government will be produced to ensure the target audience is armed with accurate information and knowledgeable sources to make their decision. Vibrant and eye-catching print advertisements and social media posts will be used to overcome interest issues to entice the target audience to the information. Although there are a few unintended consequences to look out for, they are severely outweighed by the benefits the intervention will provide for Australia.
In conclusion, the proposed intervention plan, targeted at the social issue of immunisation in Australia, will encourage the adoption of a new behaviour by expecting parents to immunise their children. Many barriers, psychological and physical, have been identified, yet through this marketing communication plan, these barriers can be overcome. Thanks to the potential partners and stakeholders, as well as product, price, place, and promotion strategies, challenges in generating a behavioral change are reduced. Creative strategies, consideration of ethics, and appropriate use of media channels all aid in guaranteeing a successful outcome of this intervention plan, ultimately increasing immunisation rates in Queensland.